Hey guys, Foxdrop here with another live game commentary. This game I am playing as Jungle Pantheon. Now in Season 5, or pre-Season 5, Jungle Pantheon is one of the champions which has become stronger compared to what he was like in Season 4. And really that's kind of surprising because a lot of the champions that are like Pantheon are not as good right now. Because a lot of the early game aggression, which is what Pantheon's quite good at, and a lot of the DPS junglers are weaker early on because the jungle itself does so much damage to those champions that makes it so hard for them to really be efficient or effective in the early jungle. But Pantheon is an exception because of his passive. Now before I explain what the passive does, I just want to quickly mention the runes of Masteries. As always they'll be in the description, but for runes I like to go 80 reds, 80 Quints, Armour yellows, 6 CDR blues and 3 MR blues, or just MR, whichever one you prefer. And for Masteries, I go 21, either 2190 or 2109. Again, that's kind of preference too. But anyway, the biggest reason, like I was saying, why Pantheon is so good in this new jungle is because of his passive. And what his passive does is every after attacking or casting a spell 4 times, Pantheon will block the next incoming basic attack or turret hit. So what that means is that, well, I guess that's pretty self-explanatory. And also your W, what your W does, whenever you jump on something and to stun it, that refreshes your passive as well. So basically, the reason why this is so good in the new jungle is because the new jungle is so powerful and does so much damage to junglers early on in the game. But it doesn't to Pantheon because he can block a lot of these hits. It also means that he can do early game dragons really easily because the dragon attacks extremely slowly and you can just block a lot of the dragon's hits, kind of negating a lot of the damage it does to you. So I'm just going to start the Gromp here and smite this instantly so that I get the Gromp passive. After that I'm going to move over to the blue buff here. Whenever you start your W or your W or your E second at level 2, really doesn't matter, it's kind of up to you. You can go either one. I've decided to go E here just for more AoE damage. But you know, if you want to go for your W, that's fine as well. You'll take less damage, and honestly maybe even going W is slightly better, but at the end of the day it's really not a huge issue. It takes away. It also gives you the crit when something's low on health, so you finish off the blue buff slightly faster. Right, I'm going to move over to my red buff here. Standard jungle route to go Gromp, blue, red, or alternatively Karug's red and blue, although I don't really like doing Karug's red, blue, because I tend to find myself really low on health. But this is a fine jungle route, and this whenever you have to be in the new jungle, you have to be quite careful of the new, like the smite bonuses you get from certain camps. And you really want to make sure that you're smiting, whatever you smite is something which you're going to get a lot of use out of with your smite. So for example, smiting the red buff is really quite useful because what that allows you to do is to get a huge bunch of extra health, and that can be quite good if you're then going on to gank somewhere. Like right now, for example, I'll just give you an example actually, because I would maybe now is a good time to recall to buy my upgraded jungle item, but I just wanted to like display this for a sec. Right now I'm kind of low on health, but what you can do is you can take away this crab, and this will give you a boost of health, which will make it quite easy to then go, there you go, I just got 30 extra health, so then you can go and make a play somewhere. Now I'm going to go and try and get this bot lane here. Sivir has a spell shield, so it's going to be hard to stun her, but if the spell shield's popped, she's a free kill. I'm going to flash onto this brand here because I have red buff and I can actually stun him pretty soon here as well. There we go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. 2 kills. If I didn't have my red buff, I wouldn't have flashed onto Brand, but because I did have red, I knew I could slow Brand down, and then by slowing Brand down, I allowed my team to catch up, and we could get the easy kill. I don't really want to steal the CS here. I wanted to leave some of that for Draven, but we wanted to push this lane out because both Draven and Annie want to recall here. Typing in a little well played. Both Draven and Annie want to recall because they're kind of low on health, and so we want to push that wave under the tower. You don't want to recall while there are other minions in the wave, in the lane, sorry, because that'll kind of ruin it for you a little bit. You'll miss those minions. You just want to shove it to the tower before you go back. Now right here, the items I'm going to buy, there's kind of like 2 options I would suggest on Pantheon. I would suggest either going Stalker's Blade or going Ranger's Trailblazer. Now Ranger's Trailblazer is like a universal, diverse smite upgrade, and the reason for that is just because it includes your clearing, it gives you sustain. Basically, when you buy that item, you can't go wrong with it. Like if you're ever new to the jungle, you're not sure what to buy, go Ranger Trailblazer because it really helps your jungling. It makes it a lot easier, and like I say, you cannot go wrong with Ranger's Trailblazer. But Stalker's Blade is good for being aggressive in the jungle, and that's what I want to be doing here. So I'm just going to take that to kind of showcase it. You smite people and you can chase them down. The damage is like kind of iffy, but oh well, he just used his shadow, which means he should be pretty easy to kill here. Not going to get anything else out of it, but still, we get the flash. That helps this Zed out. I'm just going to alleviate some pressure by doing that. Can we get something bot? Oh my, we may be able to get something bot. I'm spending a lot of time running around fighting. Maybe I shouldn't be doing that. Like, another thing which you'll notice as well is that I'm running kind of low on mana. And that does happen in the new jungle. When you don't have Spirit Stone, that does happen. Now, this is kind of risky because there are so many minions here. We have to focus down Brand. Okay, no we don't. No, we don't. Like, she just used her spell shield, which means she's a free kill for us. I don't have any mana. I'm sorry. I can smite this guy, though. He's not getting away from me. There we go. Oh. Oh, goodness. Okay, good. Whew. Right out of there. So this is one of the biggest downsides to the new jungle, is that you don't have a Spirit Stone, so you do run out of mana quite easily. That's why people like Wukong, Kha'Zix, even Pantheon, they're not as... Like, that's one of the big downsides, is that they do... You know, that they rely on their abilities to clear, but they don't have the real mana sustain to, like, reliably clear the jungle with their abilities, because they run out of mana, especially if you're going to gank as well. If you're just clearing the jungle, you'll get some regen from your machete passive, and also the heal that you get, I think also works for some mana. Nice. But apart from that, it's really nothing too beneficial for you, at least compared to what Spirit Stone used to give you. So I'm just going to clear away these wolves here. Like, the biggest thing I really want to drill home with you guys is that you want to be using your smite carefully. Like, you have to be careful of what you use your smite on in order to get a smite passive. Now, I don't really need to smite this Gromp here, but I could smite this Gromp. It doesn't really matter though, it's kind of inconsequential whether I do or not. But I'm going to hang on to it because I want to go quickly gank this mid lane before I go and do my blue buff. My blue's up in 20 seconds, so I may as well get a gank off before I go and do blue. Maybe I can counter jungle or something, but the wolves are not something you really want to smite in your own jungle. In the enemy jungle, yes, you want to smite them. It's pretty good for counter, like if you're counter jungling, but if you're in your own jungle, it's not really anything special. He just used his shadow, which means we could maybe get something here, but he's being very cautious. His shadow's still on cooldown, so... Nice. Whenever you're playing versus, as a jungler, if you're playing versus champions who have gap closers like Zed or LeBlanc, a lot of times those gap closers are both aggressive and defensive, i.e. they can use them aggressively and they can use them defensively. And in order for aggressive laners like Zed or LeBlanc to really dominate a lane, they have to use those gap closers aggressively, or they're not going to be effective. Like, they're not going to be able to stomp that lane if they don't use their gap closers aggressively. So you have to wait out for those gap closers, because if you just go in while their gap closers up, like if I went in while Zed's shadow was up, he'd just jump away from me and there wouldn't be a successful gank there. So if you wait until they have used their shadows, then you're much more likely to be successful with your ganks. I'm going to take away this skull crab here. I made a bit of a mistake actually. I used my Q. Both these Qs I've used so far have been while the skull crab wasn't stunned, and the skull crab takes extra damage when he is stunned. So really you want to engage with your stun and then do like more damage onto him. So I kind of want to gank this Aurelia here. We have really good follow up actually. Okay. Oh, nice. We can. Oh my gosh, the chain CC here is disgusting. That's just beautiful. Like, there's nothing else to say about that. That is disgusting. Like, if there's someone who could engage onto it, just keep that guy locked in position for so long that I can just land with my ulti and just take him out. Holy crap, that's vile. Right. So I bought too many health potions. I usually buy 3 health potions on my back just in case I need them. I should talk a little bit about my skill order as well. Not skill order. Skill order, well, I may as well say skill order now as well. Now I've mentioned it. QEW is pretty straightforward on Pantheon. That's just the highest damage output you can go for. But your item build is what I really wanted to focus on. And item build, definitely go Warrior Enchantment. That gives you loads of damage on your abilities. Stalker's Blade, like I say, Stalker's Blade or Ranger's Trailblazer, it's up to you, whichever one you want to go for. Both of them are good. Both of them give you benefits. And after this, I'm just going for a Brutalizer. Black Cleaver is a really nice item on Pantheon because you get a lot of synergy with your... here you go. Now I'm getting used to out of the health potions. You get a lot of synergy with your E, because each time your E ticks, it not procs, but it applies one of the Black Cleaver stacks, and that is AoE. Now I'm going to show you how you can do Dragon with Pantheon here. So my passive's up, it blocks. I jump on dragon to proc another one. I'm using my abilities to get my... See, I haven't taken a single hit from dragon just yet. It's so easy to do this, and then I still haven't taken a single damage from dragon yet. No damage yet. I took 0 damage during that dragon because I had blue buff, which allowed me to spam my abilities. Oh god. My ult's almost up. I had blue buff, which allowed me to spam my abilities, and with my passive there, just disgusting. Nice. Oh no. That's so... that always happens. Like, I try to leave kind of minion for my laner, and my laner also kind of leaves it for me, and like miscommunication just means we both miss it. It's terrible. Right now I'm just going to kill these Krugs. I don't want to smite these Krugs though. I'm going to save my smite for the chickens. The chickens are the best smite bonus in my opinion out of any single camp you can do. Because it allows you to stomp a ward, which is really, really great. And the smite bonus here lasts for, in my opinion, it actually lasts for way too long. Like, this will last for like a minute. I don't know how long it actually is, but it's almost, we'll try count it. So I got it around 11:20. We'll see when it expires, if I don't actually get to use it, that is. But it lasts so long, it's pretty crazy. The fact that you can just run around with this like potential oracles on your head. I'm not actually going to buy another health potion. Oh my goodness, I want a mana potion. Just in case I have to like spam my abilities a lot or something. But I should mention as well with Pantheon's ult, whenever like junglers or champions like Pantheon, whenever you have your ulti up, you want to, like, these champions have high impact ultimates that really heavily influence the power of their ganking. So whenever you have these ultimates up, you have to use them. Someone like Vi as well, or Nocturne, all of these champions are very high impact ultis for ganks. Jump back to your shadow. I have so much damage that I'm just going to destroy these guys. I made sure to use my smite first there on that Zed, because then that put him down in low health that I could then, my Q would crit him. I'm going to jump bot here as well now. I'm also positioning my jumps so that it's behind the enemies. If I put my jump exactly on top of the enemy, what would happen is they will just walk away from me, and it makes it a lot easier to walk away. You want to position your jumps so that it's kind of zoning them. If you think about it, yeah, we should get this tower. It's good. Well, okay, I don't even need to be here for this, but we should get this next wave though. But you want to position your jump so that it blocks them out. So I put my jump, like they were standing here, I put my jump here, and you know, so they've got a tower and 2 champions here, they've got me here, and then they're just sandwiched. Like, you want to sandwich them with your ultis, and that's a really, really crucial way to be positioning it, because then they've got nowhere to go. They know they're dead, and then they, you know, it's just free kills basically. So if this Scuttle Crab is up, I should take this away as well. Yep, it is. Probably shouldn't have used my mana potion though, because I did just use my mana pot, because I was, you know, now would be a good time to use my mana potion. Like, I was on an amount of mana for like an appropriate use of my mana pot, but I kind of wanted to recall. I've got a lot of gold, but I don't know. I may just stay around for a little bit longer. Maybe I'll get another ulti off before I recall. So I'm going to go take this blue buff away. Thankfully, we've got Zed as our mid laner, so Zed doesn't need blue buff. Like, blue buff is good on Zed because it helps his NG regen and also gives him CDR, but it's a lot better on Pantheon, especially a snowballing Pantheon like I am. Someone who's doing really well and is like really fed, who can get a lot of use out of this blue buff. Like, if I'm going to be, I don't really consider it being greedy, but if I'll just use that description for now. If I am going to be greedy and take these blue buffs, then I need to make sure I'm getting use out of them. There's no point taking these blues and just running around my jungle farming. Like, there's no point doing that. That's not going to help our team. Nice. Swim Draven. I don't think I'll get anywhere near there in time. I'm just going to try and push this mid down. Kale's bot as well. There's a lot of pressure in that bot lane. What we should, oh, I guess that's warded. What we should do is just push this mid down. Maybe get a kill as Zed stays, but he probably won't stay. Yeah, we can maybe even get the next tower too. I'm just gonna ward that so we know if he comes close. If he does come close again, we'll kill him. Is that blue buff up? I think that blue buff's up too. We can take this tower and then go blue, I reckon. Oh my. As if he just dodged my... Get the tower! Get the tower! Holy shit. Shad, please, you need to stop doing this. Go on. I swear, every time I start trying to record something... Alright, we got the tower eventually. Every time I start trying to record something, my dog just thinks of it endless ways to disturb me. Yeah, we should have just we shouldn't have turned on Zed here. That was kind of greedy. We should have just got the tower down. We didn't need to kill Zed. And then when we were fighting, the tower was on one hit. We definitely should have focused it down, but still, I got destroyed as well. Right, so I'm going for my last whisper here. I think on Pantheon, there's kind of two different ways to go about things. You either want to just go full damage, or you want to go for like 2 DPS items, or maybe even just the 1, and then go full tank. I'm liking the kind of... It depends on how the game is going, but for this game especially, I can afford to go quiet. I probably didn't need to smite that too, actually. In fact, that was a bad smite. In this game, I'm definitely heading more towards the DPS side of things because I am so fed. I'm ridiculously fed that I can afford to go like full DPS. Oh my goodness, that's a good engage. I wonder if I can kill this guy. If I don't kill this guy, I can just take his blue buff. That's fine too. He'll probably come back though. Like this, I'd be surprised if he lets me take this blue for free. Oh shit. No, the slow lasts forever. God damn, I didn't realize Cal was here. That sucks. That was a good rotate by Cal as well. Get him, Lissandra. See, like, she accidentally took the blue buff as well. That's style. Style points. Yeah, I should have had better awareness to think of whether I was going to get ganked there or something. Like, I don't know. It wasn't entirely obvious, but it was kind of greedy by me to just stay around like that. So yeah, what I was saying before about item builds, either you want to go full DPS, or you want to get like 2 DPS items and go tanky, or maybe just 3 DPS items and go tanky. Right now, I can lean more towards going DPS, but I also think that looking at the composition of our team, there's no one tanky on our team, and you have to always consider what your teammates are doing before you like solidify an item build for yourself. And I am, like you saw in that fight here, Pantheon ult's a very good engage tool, and I should be using my ulti as an engage because the rest of our team doesn't really have good engage. Like, Lissandra has fairly good engage, but it's more like a suicide engage because she jumps in, she ultis someone, and then best case scenario, she'll Zhonya's, and then your team follows up. So it's an okay engage, but it's really nothing amazing. It definitely doesn't compare to Pantheon's level of engage. So what I want to do is I want to engage the fights where I can with my ulti. And in order to do that, you want to be tanky. You don't want to engage fights when you're squishy because that's just going to end horribly for you. They're going to jump in, they're going to turn on you, you're going to instantly die, and it's not really going to be much of an engage at all. So that's not really going to work for us. So what has to happen? I'll push bot. Don't fight near the tower mid. Like, what's going to happen now is I'm going to push this bot because I can jump in. I can jump in and fight with my team. I also want to make sure I don't use too much mana here pushing this wave out. So yeah, I can jump from this bot lane, but I do not want to tower die. Like, if my team gets engaged on here, there's no real point me engaging because that is going to be a really bad fight for us. Oh shit. No. God damn. That was bad as well. I may have actually been able to kill him. If I'd used my passive a bit smarter, I might have been able to get him. But sadly, that's just the difference between combat, like a proper combat summoner and no combat summoner. If I hadn't ignite, I could have been able to kill him as well. But that's bad, actually. Damn. I need to be more aware of this guy. I can't just die for free versus him. I'm pretty sure I can. Maybe I can 1v1 him. I don't know. I think I need some more. Like, I need one more item before I can 1v1 that guy. I mean, he is Zed after all. He's got double my farm, of course, because he's Zed. It was mid lane. I don't want to buy another item just yet, or do I? Alright, I'll sell one of my health potions and I'll get some armor. Because I'm going to go for randoms next. So, split pushing side lanes is kind of something you need to be aware of when you're pushing a side lane. There's no point split pushing if you can't 1v1 someone. And I needed, like, that situation was just bad because I was like looking here, and then when I looked back, I was engaged on by Zed. I wasn't really paying attention to that. So I still think that I can split push a side wave, But I need to wait for my randoms before I do that, because if I don't, then he is just going to kill me every single time. And that's something I need to be more aware of, because I've had some dumb deaths, really. Like, I've kind of baited by Zed twice, basically. The first time was a 2v1, and then the second time he 1v1 me because he's Zed. So I can't let that happen too much. I really want to jump in somewhere, though. Like, this is the thing. I'm zoning. You always want to, like I was talking about positioning your ulti. I positioned it more to this side than this side, so that she kind of had to run towards my team in order to survive. And that's not a position she wants to run to. So she didn't really have anywhere to run because she was just in a bad spot. I'm going to take this red buff away here, though. Oh, wow, they surrendered already? Fairness, we did have this game. Yes, I got the red buff. GG, well played. It's a shame we couldn't get more of the late game gameplay in there, because it would have been interesting to see, to show really about how Pantheon kind of transitions, because I was very squishy at the early game, just went around ganking people. But it would have been nice to really showcase how to transition into being useful later on with like good engages with your ulti, as opposed to just using it to gank lanes and stuff, but using it to engage team fights. And you know, how you would adapt your build for that playstyle as well. Like I was going to go tanky for that. And also the whole split push thing. It would have been nice to show how, you know, after I got my randoms or something, how it's easier to deal with that kind of split push against Zed anyway. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I hope you learned a bit about Pantheon. And thanks a lot for watching. If you did like it, feel free to give it a thumbs up. You can subscribe to me for more educational league content, especially more jungle, Season 5 jungle content as well. You can find me on Facebook, on Twitter, and catch me streaming on Twitch as well. All those links are in the description, guys. But thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you in my next video.